What's Bvck Krump Nation? It's President Krump, and I'm going to try to tackle probably one of the hardest topics ever about Krump. How do you judge Krump? What the heck are we looking at?
Tyler, he is not the self-proclaimed creator of Krump. He is the creator of Krump.
What is Krump? Kingdom radically uplifted by the prayer.
I can't break it all down in one video because I have to give examples, but I can tell you a few things. You cannot judge Krump by your preference. A lot of people that are judges, I do not agree with. They should not be judging. Why? Because they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Because they don't know Krump. This is for people that have experienced Krump. Now I can see if you as like an OG or you think you're OG, you're a veteran, used to be tight back in the day. Krump is not how it was back in your day. Especially in a heyday as long ago as RIZE. So this is what I learned through my battles. I just had a battle with no one. I don't like to review my battles, but I will review that battle to tell you more insight on how to judge Krump. If you're looking at it from the RIZE perspective, Krump is about wild energy that you cannot tame, that you have to catch. Nobody knows anything. You just feel it, and you don't know what you're feeling, but it's Krump. That's the RIZE era. We didn't have the tools. So as far as competition, there's not many places to go. Then you have the first moves of Krump, like the first doings. Okay, with the energy, we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna wobble. Then we're gonna heel toe. Then we're gonna add that together. You know, this is the RIZE era. Then we get into like the skate park era, the SK era, or the, I don't know what era to call it, but I think it's like the SK era, the Street Kingdom era. Then you have the moves, the overloaded material, the combos. I gotta admit, I pride myself on material. Material was my go-to when I went to battles, hostile environments. People don't want to scream for you. You gotta have the most exclusive material. Basically, people expect you to fly. If you don't fly, you're not gonna get those scores in your favor. SK era, moves, material, overload, overhype. 30 moves around, 6 combos around. Let's see how much you can maintain. But that really didn't have like the strike value. Yeah, it's a lot of creativity, but it's still not the true essence of Krump. So Krump has been through phases, and you can't judge now Krump off of the last era or the last phase or the old rules. Krump has testaments. The Old Testament is energy. We just like the energy and how we like it. Then boom, you win. Then you get to the SK era. It's about how many moves you do. And I realized from the SK era traveling into this new era, it has been nothing but the moves. When I say moves, I'm talking about material, combos, kill off, the stuff that makes people go, ooh. That's what Krump has become about. This is the problem I have. I know for a fact, through experience, through my battles and watching battles with other people, I'm like, dang. My biggest takeaway from the No One battle was people don't know what they're looking at. So people come to a Krump battle and they're waiting on what? Krump is there, we're Krumping. But it's a certain type of Krump, or it's a certain type of thing that makes people react, which is why people come and they expect that reaction. The reaction is the hype. So they're looking at the move that you do and how much hype you collect off of that move. I know it for a fact. Matter of fact, I had someone, this is a good friend of mine. I ain't gonna say his name, but he inboxed me after the battle with no one, and he was kind of distraught, or he was just asking a question that had a little bit of distress attached to it. And I think it's something serious, and he goes, hey, Eyes, why you didn't use no kill-offs in your battle with no one? I kind of laughed like, what? What you mean? But from his perspective, from his understanding, that's what he's looking at. He's like, dude, I was expecting the kill-off tight eyes. What happened? I only come to see the kill-off tight eyes. So I kind of had to walk him through where Krump is right now. Yeah, it's easy to come to a Krump session or a Krump battle and expect the move, the kill off everything, but that's not happening. That's not what Krump is. It happens through the flow of Krump, but a kill off is too sought after. It's like something that shouldn't be highlighted, that's highlighted. It happens from the essence of Krump. It happens through the get off. So I listened to that and I had to think about, I know a lot of people think like this guy. I know a lot of people looking at that footage and wondering, especially if you've grown up in Krump and you've seen all these kill-offs happen, and you're like, you didn't do no kill-offs, but you was getting off, but you wasn't doing no kill-offs. Kill-offs have outweighed the get-off. This is a problem. The get-off is Krump. So if you're going to judge Krump, you have to judge from a standpoint of the get-off. That is what's telling you flow. That is what's exposing that musicality to you. That is giving you inventory of the jabs, arm swings, and arm placements that this person is doing. And if they're doing it well, just because you do it doesn't mean you're doing it well. So no preference in the judging. You can't be, that's bias. People think I'm biased to my little homies. You're going to have to wear some type of things when you judge Krump, because not everybody's going to agree with your judgment. And you know everybody don't agree with my judgment. I think judging your own battles is tacky, but I will for the sake of the movement so you can know what the heck you're looking at. But first, you take your eyes off of preference. Preference is your way, your rules, and this bias. It's biased to your feelings and your opinions. Krump, real Krump, has no bias. It has no opinions. It is what it is. We can see what it is. Now, it might not be as impactful, but it is what it is. Get off, flow. Flow is timing. If you judge battles off of timing, you see why I say 95% of the Krump world who is competing is whack. The wrong people are competing because the timing is off. The get off is how you balance this flow, your arm placements, your jabs, your arm swings, your language. It's how you're balancing your bounce, which is level 1, then your grooves, level 2, and then your reaction, level 3. Just because you're doing something, what level are you doing it on? So each basic has levels, percentages, strike rates. The jab doesn't have as much strike as the arm swing. The arm swing doesn't have as much strike as the arm placement. So when you start to break down get off, the things that are pure Krump, like what makes Krump Krump? You have the chest pop, you have the arms, you have the attitude, and you have the footwork. In a nutshell. Now, when you get deeper into that, there's 3 ways to do each thing. But what's the quality of each thing? So just because you do a jab, you're supposed to do a jab. You're Krumping. What was the speed and what was the quality of that jab? How many did you do? And do you know what you're doing? How is your language? Which is your words? People feel Krump and they think feeling is enough. It's not. You have to learn how to express the feeling. Yeah, so what if you feel buck? Everybody feels buck coming to the session. It's not buck until you translate it to us. How buck are you feeling? Let me see. Show me. Give me something. So when you're judging Krump, you got to look at all of these things. I would say look at the foundation of get off, and you have to score it by percentage. The arm swing does more damage than the jab. The arm placement does more damage than the arm swing. Okay, let's add it up. Tally it up according to the percentage of each thing. So somebody that is jab heavy, right? They won't be able to get the maximum amount because it's only jab. It's a low level. Jab is a jab, but it's low level as far as language. It doesn't have the highest strike rate. Arm swing, okay, now you're getting into the impact realm. Like, all right, that's gonna hurt. But how many arm swings did you do? When did you do it? That matters because arm swing is about timing. And how much are you maintaining your energy? It all matters. Every second matters in a Krump battle. You can't judge it from moment, ooh, and then you wait. Ooh. You had 3 moments. This battle round lasted for 3 minutes. And you're counting moments. So 3 moments in 3 minutes, that's not a good average. But most of the time, if you have this moment, everything can be silent. And I've seen this happen at the Mecca constantly. We are quiet until we see a move that is low intellect so we can understand, because you don't know how to translate your raw, pure essence of Krump to these people. I said all that to say, you have to judge language, which is jabs, arm swing, arm placement, the arm work. You have to judge the categories, the making of it, the breaking of it, the bringing of it, the removing of it. This is what the arms do. But people that are judging Krump, they don't know this. They don't even care. How is your hand signals? What is your compass doing? What is your receiver doing? What is your control doing? How well did you use these? Did you even know what you just did? Okay, let's go to the chest. Okay, you got a strong chest pop. Cool. How much core work do you have? How many variations can you do? Or do you just have a strong chest pop? Is it even to the music? This is a whole nother topic. Judging the quality of these things, which have levels to them, and then pairing it with the music. This is how I know people are not judging correctly. If you judge off of music alone, more than half of these battles don't even exist. Especially the ones on the West Coast, because they don't think they have anything else to learn. So all you're seeing is a repeat of the same trash that they've been doing since RIZE came out. This is how you avoid it. Know your basics, your foundation. There's 3 levels to footwork. I have to explain this to you in episodes because I can't get it all out, but footwork has 3 elements. The arm work has 4 elements, 4 techniques. The language and how you say the words, that has 3 techniques. Each of the 3, it has a highest ranked one, like the greatest. The jab is not the greatest. The arm swing is not the greatest. Close second, but it's not the greatest. The bounce is not the greatest. And most people are like, you ain't got no bounce, so what do you want me to do? You just want me to sit here and do this? This is like a basic move. You should be able to hide that bounce and manipulate that bounce at will. It shouldn't be a thing that people could see. But bounce, groove, reaction, that's 3 levels. How many Krumpers are even in the realm to where they can know this stuff? This is why you have to have good teachers. I don't think that people should be judging. I think the good teachers should judge. Everybody that sits on the judges panel is not even a good teacher. They can't level you up. They can't even make you a better Krumper. Matter of fact, they can't even tell you why you lost or won. This is a huge issue. So I'm going to try to give you some examples. I'm going to put myself in there so you can understand. And I'll look at some battles that I have seen that people have judged terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. And a lot of these people, look, I don't like a lot of these people. But the truth deserves to be spoken out. At least you can know what you're looking at. A lot of people like to come into Krump and start making their assessments on what's legal and what's not when they haven't experienced it. I believe only people that experience Krump and that do it more than, a moment, they should be the ones sitting down, because these are the people that can take inventory. And they don't even have a full understanding. We're still trying to gain a full understanding. I have the most because I put the most time in it, so I can tell you the intricate details of the things. But people are judging Krump off of their preference and not Krump. You don't have to like the person. What was the level of their speed? What was the level of their placement? What was the level of their attitude? What was the level, which is character? What was the level of their musicality? Did they express all this music, or was it just basic? You have to factor all of this stuff in. You can't have 10 seconds of nothing and then 1 second of boom. If you're engaged in Krump, you're engaged. As soon as you start to press, every second counts. And you have to judge it and tally up the votes. The safest way to do this, material is supposed to flow out of your get off. I don't even believe combinations like combos are a thing anymore because they're predictable. We're in a new era now. The old era, you come out, you do a little get off, hype, you set up your material, you set up your combos, and you try to segue into a kill off, and then you get live after. Everybody's happy. You go home a champion. That's BS now.